Hello everybody, welcome back to iCraft SMP, and where am I? I am actually inside of somebody's house because I needed to sleep because it was nighttime. This happened to be XB's original base area, and I'm borrowing his house only because I need a place to sleep. So his house is actually quite well built, his first one that he did before he started moving off elsewhere to the various places he moved to. I will probably borrow this because it has a convenient bed in there that's reasonably safe. Over here is Glitcher.b's modern mansion, I suppose, is what he's building. I'm not exactly sure what that is right now, but I do know what he's done with it. He's making it out of snow. And so that's a very, very ingenious idea to make a modern house out of snow blocks. And he's also using what appears to be spruce wood, stone slabs, and just regular stone. So oh, here's the sign. I didn't even see the sign right here. Chasm! Oh my god, this is Chasm's house. Okay, never mind then. This is Chasm Modern Estate. I thought Glitcher would be the one to build that, because I think that is Glitcher's house right over there. I don't know why Chasm's building so close to Glitcher, but whatever, it works for me. I do know that Glitcher, because I had seen him build that. Now, this path here goes out from town center. As you can see, that was Waffles' place right over there. See, he has those giant trees. You can see him from anywhere. Now, when I got over here, I really enjoyed this type of grass color. I was kind of hoping some of this would change over, but I'm not sure if it will or if it won't. Let's try. I think it will. But anyways, I really like the color of this grass right here. And so I'm going to be building a hospital. Yes, a hospital. It's going to be near Glitch's place because I don't know if you've heard from him. His computer had died, his knee had died, and a few other things had died. So I think he needs access to a hospital. This is not going to be a big giant hospital or anything. It's going to be an 18 by 18 hospital, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline the area in torches. I should roughly have almost enough torches. I kind of burned some. And I lost my coal. Good job, me. I put my coal down somewhere else. Oh, well. He's probably got some coal. Let me borrow his coal, and I'm going to outline an 18 by 18 square. The very, very outside of the square actually is going to be grass, and then the inside, the blueprint I'm borrowing, it calls for the inside to be stone, but I want this hospital to be essentially white on the inside and white on the outside. So I've got blocks of iron. I got a boatload of sand sitting in my inventory. In another chest, I've got glass. This happened to have a ton of glass in here. This one's just our usual build thing. Ooh, that scared me. I thought I misplaced that. Anyway, this one also has some gravel. I don't know if I have enough gravel, but if I don't, I will find places to mine more gravel. What I was thinking of building this hospital in is actually in concrete powder. Okay, I finally found enough iron to fill this whole thing in, so we got enough iron to make this work for me. So I'm going to be using white beds. White beds are actually very important in a place like this because you should actually have a bed that's white because hospitals notoriously are white, but it does blend in a little bit more so than I thought it would. Now, technically, the bottom here was going to be made of stone, but I figured, why make it out of stone when I could just do the bottom made out of iron blocks, at least the bottom deck here. The next level up is actually going to be made out of stone slabs, which I have a ton of, and I'm going to be using some of that, and then actually wanted me to do double stone slabs, and that is the portion where I'm not going to be doing that. The double stone slab portion, that's the section where it's going to just be essentially, and actually some parts of this will be stone as well. And so I'm still debating whether or not I want to stick a row of stone going up or not. I may just do that, and if I like it, great. If I don't, I'm not married to it or anything like that, you know what I mean? I actually read an article, oh gosh, like weeks ago, about Colorado. Yes, Colorado. I've been there before. But this wasn't just any old article about Colorado. This was actually about the flat earth theory. Okay, so there's a group of people that actually live out there in Colorado who believe the earth is flat. I'm not kidding. People still have this belief system. I'm not one to judge on people's belief system, so if they want to believe the earth is flat, go for it. Not my problem. They can believe that all they want. However, they think that, because the Earth is flat, they think that people have been like notoriously calculating the everything about the Earth completely wrong, and that essentially leads to some dilemmas actually, and it's just interesting the idea behind this. So what they do is instead of taking a map like we take it, where you see like the United States, Russia, Argentina, Brazil, South Africa, something like China. Instead of seeing places like that, where you open up a map, like how you have the map wall in Minecraft, where you actually see the map kind of like that, instead of opening the map that way, they actually have the center of the map being the North Pole, and the fringes of the map happen to be Antarctica. And their biggest claim is that this map, you cannot cross the greatest ice wall. Okay? And their even bigger claim than that, they're like, there's no proof that you need to prove, because there's nothing that has to be proved for the flat earth theory. However, to prove that the earth is round, you actually have to do a lot of work to attempt to prove it. Ladies and gentlemen, I just thought of something very interesting. Okay, there's supposed to be water in here. Yeah, there's supposed to be water in here, but if I pour this water in here, it's going to seize up all of this concrete powder, and that's all going to turn into concrete blocks. And right now, I don't want any concrete blocks, so yeah, I'm going to be waiting on that. And I'm going to figure out what to do with that water thing a little bit later on. But yeah, the stone bricks, as far as I can see, is essentially not stone bricks, but just a straight up stone. I don't know why. I really don't know why it's in there. That's just weird for me, but whatever. But if I look at this on the outside, this is what we're looking at on the outside here. So it's going to look like this, where you have these stone pillars going up, and I think it might work in stone. I'm just going to go with it. We're going to try it. We're going to see if it goes anywhere. If it does, great. If it doesn't, whatever, okay? Someone please tell me why this is actually a possibility. Just explain to me why this works. I don't know. But this is what the blueprint says to do. I will figure out how to adjust that later. Okay, folks, I gotta say, this is like the worst placement of torches I've ever seen. But hey, this is the way they built it. I'm just gonna go with it. I'm using torches anyway to light things up. I'll probably have to reclaim these torches. I want to try to see if I can convert the areas where there are torches and make actual like lamps. So for example, right here are supposed to be brewing stands for whatever reason, and I'm going to stick those on there for sure. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it up though. I'm not going to put brewing stands. I'm going to use something else, because actually wait, I might keep the brewing stands. What I mean is I'm going to take the torches out. So what I might do, for example, is maybe put a lamp here, cover it up with something, or put a lamp underneath. Somehow I will find a way to make that look prettier. Because it just looks weird in my opinion. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. It is now the next day, and this is what I have decided to do. After like a full night's sleep and a full night's work, this is where I am at so far. I've taken the stone beams out of here, and I just made them all concrete blocks. At least specifically concrete powder. This is now a full style mineable concrete block, only because these two have to be the way it is. What I may end up doing with this section here is just kind of contouring it out so you don't really see it on this side. And then I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to work it here. I think it'll be okay just leaving it like that, you know. I raised the glass, as you can tell, 2 rather than 1. I still haven't figured out what to do with the water thing right there. Maybe I'll put a cauldron there or something. Anyway, so yeah, and I think it looks immensely better. I mean, look at this. Look at this. You go all the way back here. Look at how much nicer that is. And especially with the design in the concrete powder, it just makes for a nice design. I just don't like the way that stands out, and that's the only reason I have that like that. Now, I could always pull it completely out and maybe do something in quartz or something. I don't know. We'll see. The ceiling above me is no longer iron blocks, and is no longer, what is that, dome slabs, half slabs. And by the way, the beds here work extremely well with the nether quartz, and you can actually see the difference in the beds. This is actually what I wanted for each one of these beds. It's getting dark on me, and I'm trying to sleep, but you won't let me sleep. Go to sleep. Come on, just go to sleep. Anyway, so yeah, we are now working on the next level up. The next level up obviously kind of continues the turn that this one's already started. The gravel there is going away. It's just there as a temporary convenient block because that just happened to be what is sitting in my inventory that can just stick onto here, and I'm just gonna take those off. And I'm thinking about doing nether quartz in the stairs as well, and I'm still on debate on that one, so I will get back to people once I get the building pretty much all the way up. Where we last left off is the people with the immutable defense that there is no such thing as a round earth. There's no such thing as anything, really. And what's really interesting, what I didn't say about this, is how they believe the sun orbits the planet. Okay, yes, so instead of the planet orbiting the sun actually orbits the planet. So if you take a sheet of paper, make a 2D model of the planet with the North Pole in the center, okay? And so the sun revolves around, I don't know what it was, 30 degrees, 40 degrees, around that latitude. And so the sun will circle the North Pole in that latitude. Now, they didn't say anything specifically about essentially seasons and how seasons work, other than the sun will kind of move itself. It's kind of how they put it, and I'm like, well, okay, well, sure, you get the sun kind of does that. Not really at all. Well, the sun does rotate, just not in the way that we think, you know what I mean? So somewhere in England, there is a river channel that goes for about 7 miles, and they've done this in ancient times, and they've done this in modern times. And this is one of the inconveniences of what's going on here. Now, I've been doing some interesting study just to see what this is all about, because I am just really curious, okay? And this is just essentially how they came to their immutable proof that this is a flat planet, okay? So take that river and you stick a stick on one end of the river, okay? That makes sense, okay, right? And then you go 7 miles out, stick a stick on the other end of the river, and they did this with cameras, by the way. You essentially attach a camera down at the very bottom portion of the river, right at water level, okay? And if the earth was truly curved, you technically would actually be unable to see that stick. Now, I think the river goes north-south, but that doesn't really play a role in this. There's something else I'm thinking about that could possibly play a role in this, much more so than their interesting system that they're trying to go with here. And yes, I'm doing a double window on top, just like I did on the bottom here, by the way. So, anyway, so you look at this camera, or you just look down the river for 7 miles, and what you end up seeing, instead of the correct calculation that says something like you can only go X amount of distance, the camera / you are able to see 7 miles down the river and can actually see the stick that you stuck in the river, okay? So my opinion and my hypothesis here is that there is some refractory thing happening in the river where it's actually bending light. I'm not entirely sure how that works. I've been looking up some stuff on gravity just because I'm kind of interested in how gravity plays a role in this process, if at all, because gravity has the possibility of bending time and space, okay? So, yeah, that's kind of where I am with that. And so there's another place, okay? I'm not going to name the place right now. You can kind of look it up. But there's another place that's 23 miles apart. And they use this essentially concrete, indisputable proof. And I would actually like to go out there to that place, stick a tape measure down there, measure the not 23 feet, what is it? That's not right. 23 miles, that's what it is. 23 miles. Did I say 7 miles earlier? I hope I said 7 miles. I hope I didn't say 7 feet. Anyways, if I did, I'm going to add a little text box in there. Yeah, so anyway, so let me go to level 8, which happens to be that, and then level 9, I'm not going to worry about the torches for a second. Level 9 happens to be our wonderful quartz block. Okay, that's going to be me digging out at least 2 more of these, because it will honestly take 2 more of those. So let's stick this here for temporary, and we'll take 2 of these because I'm going to have to dig them all up. And what else don't I need? I kind of don't want the gravel right now. You know what's really bad? I think this is all the gravel I have left. That's dangerous. That means I gotta go out and find me. Yeah, I gotta go find me some more gravel. Hooray! Horrendousness. Is there a way to create gravel? Okay, conveniently actually had some gravel on me, so I managed to get the top floor here done. Oh well, kinda. I just didn't do this piece of it, so I'm gonna do this piece right now as I continue talking. And so where did I leave off? I left off with the flat earth theory. Oh yes, the 23-mile bay. Okay, so the 23-mile bay theory basically says that the way this bay is shaped, I believe it goes slightly north-south, but it's kind of like, yeah, it's mostly slightly north-south, okay? And so I don't know if the north-south direction plays a role in this, because I know the Earth kind of bulges out, especially like the moon's on one side and the sun's on the other side. It definitely bulges out that way. And if they're both on the same side, then it kind of squeezes in just a little bit, but it bulges kind of in one direction, so to speak. So because of that bulge, technically the bay would be stretched out because it's actually in the northern hemisphere, okay? So it'd be stretched out a little bit, so you should, in some sense, be able to see the curvature of the Earth. Okay, but even in 23 miles, you can actually view 23 miles away. And for some reason, you can see the beach, you can see the people on the beach, you can see all of that 23 miles away. And there's a dilemma of this, of like, what in the world, right? Okay, and if I could see the beach 23 miles away, yet I'm not supposed to be able to because of the curvature of the Earth, what's going on here? Now, there's one other place that this happened at, and this happened to be in Colorado. Again, in Colorado, because Colorado, like Denver, Colorado, is 1 mile up in the sky. Okay, so, okay, staircase, you're in my way. 1 mile up in the sky, right? So because you're 1 mile up off the surface of the Earth, what ends up happening there with curvature of the Earth, the curvature of the Earth actually extends out to where you can't technically see the curvature unless you, like, look further away. So technically, even 20 miles away, you wouldn't be able to see the curvature of the Earth. Does that make sense? I don't know if that does make sense, but I would assume that would make sense, okay? And so 23, 25, you could practically see probably all the way to Chicago if you have a really clear day from 1 mile up off the surface, okay? And so because of that dilemma, it creates an interesting dilemma for these people, which basically says we can't see the curvature of the Earth. And even when they go up in a plane, they could basically see essentially a distance from something like Los Angeles all the way to Chicago. Not really, but some variation of that, okay, before the curvature of the Earth starts to become a major pain and a major problem. Darn it, I need 2 more pieces of quartz. Really, just 2 more pieces. Come on. So, anyways, what I'm trying to get at with the flat Earth theory here is that the Earth technically is not flat. There's a satellite sitting out there in the Earth Lagrange point, actually staring at our planet rotating, just rotating, okay? We can't see the moon because the moon's actually further out from the Lagrange point, but you could definitely see the Earth rotating, so it's not like it's rotating the other way. And it's actually kind of good that they didn't take movies from the North Pole, because then it'd be like, our suspicions have been confirmed. We are on a flat Earth. Okay, so I'm not gonna be judgmental. They can believe they're on a flat Earth. That's fine by me if they want to go there. There's actually kind of a big following about this flat Earth thing, and I'm really shocked. Quite frankly, I'm really shocked and surprised about how big their following is in relation to the flat Earth theory. It's like a modern version of just what Galileo did, but opposite now. We're going backward now, but okay, whatever. I'm not being judgmental. I'm trying hard not to be judgmental about this. Ladies and gentlemen, I just lucked out and I got a huge source of gravel actually in the cave system that was right next to the hospital. I completely forgot I had the cave system there, and I just happened to look inside it, and I'm just like, there's a giant pit here and someone's already explored it, but they didn't take the gravel out of it. So guess what? I got more than enough gravel I need to finish this project now. It's all right here. So I'm just going to dig this all out, get more concrete powder, and then keep on chucking away. I'm going to have to put some more, some more quartz out for the roof. And then not just the roof, I'm also going to have quartz slabs sticking out as well on the edges of the roof. And so I'm going to see how that all plays out, at least for me, and we'll see where it goes. So let's see how much I got. I got a full stack of gravel. That is absolutely perfect. And it seems like I have no more space for anything, so let's just get rid of something that I don't need in my inventory. And I need like everything except for like this block here, but hey, that's okay, I guess, right? Yeah, there we go. Now we got all the gravel we need. Now I just need to get out, and I can't because I have no more blocks to get me up there. Thanks a lot, right? Thanks a lot. Okay. I'm gonna keep the gravel because I could use the stone. That's a good idea. Sure. Like that helped, right? That totally helped me. Nah, it didn't even get me to where I need to go. Okay, there we go. And now let's get up here. There's a couple more pieces of stone, and we are not even out, so I could probably just dig my way out from here. I think that'll work. Yeah, there we go. Got myself out. All good. Yeah. Anyway, so let's continue this project here. Now, check this out. Look at how nice this is looking now. This is absolutely fantastic. It's looking really good. And I might do a few other things here, and it's coming out. It's coming along really good. And it's going to look nice at the top when I finish off the top there. Of course, I got to finish off the staircase. I got to do a few more things that I just made like temporary blocks for. And of course, I got to make more concrete powder, which I failed. So I'm going to get more concrete powder, and then I'm going to load up the concrete powder up top. And then I'm also going to go make myself some more quartz slabs with the nether quartz ore that I've got available to me right now. And eventually that will go out as well. Oh, you know what I need? I need bone. I need like couple bones. Couple bones. Okay, friends. So we are mostly done with the hospital. I've got a few more things I need to do with this, but I'm not going to have time today. I've already realized I went 48 something minutes into this episode, so I'm going to do some whittling to make it fit. So as usual, if you liked this episode, please do like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and of course check out my Patreon and Twitter page. Feel free to follow me there as well as subscribing to here, and look forward to more Koi Plays iCraft SMP coming soon, of course. I'll explain why that is in the next episode, why it's been taking me a little bit longer than usual to get some of these episodes out. So we will chat some more in the next episode. Alright guys, stay tuned. Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I would like just concrete powder. I think, unless I have to do like an overhang or something, I think it's going to look really nice like as a color base. I think it's going to look really nice. We'll see what we do with these stone slabs if I change them out. I can always put quartz.